to play tambourine?
I said church kid with tambourine. You have to have the
Tambourine. I used to have some professional tambourine player. You know?
Oh, God. Hey.
You used to go to church back in like goat skin tambourine days?
I mean.
Old school tambourine? See? Oh, God.
And then at the face. Dennis, you can't do the tambourine without the face, you know. Listen, I have never done a Monday.
You've never done a Monday?
I have never done
sure?
a Monday. Absolutely sure. This is my first Monday. I think I did a pre-recording once with Yendi, and it was Easter Monday, but I didn't have to come here.
On the Monday?
It was different.
Oh,
but this Monday, I'm on the road, and people are already on the road. I'm saying, what is happening? It's a different scene on a Monday morning.
Well, we're starting the countdown to Father's Day because it's in the month of June.
Yes.
And so we're starting June strong.
Yes.
A male takeover. So big up to you know, all those people.
And of course, we're talking about fathers, but big up the mothers crew. Because they take care of
mothers
us
is
with
very important.
In the morning, large and in charge.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Definitely. So if you want that good breakfast,
the callaloo and the rundown and the green banana and the ackee and saltfish. Listen, you're talking about mother's breakfast.
And them yam always nice and dry. Them yellow yam?
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
I don't know, mothers, I don't know where in Jamaica you source your yam.
Yes.
But
Chilani.
it no miss yet.
No.
It no miss
sure.
yet.
Sure.
Yeah, so if you're a yam person, you like mother's breakfast. The girl Teeks with the cheeks. Good morning, Teeks.
Great morning. Great morning, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Good morning to you.
So good to see you both.
Awesome.
Indeed. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a good weekend.
It's a Monday kind of headlines.
I have a little of this, a little of that. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Finance Minister details compensation review progress.
Okay.
So, in a significant development for public sector employees, Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, has announced the next phase of the comprehensive review of compensation for those in public service. The review follows phase 1, which focused on the salary scale. And during this phase, the government committed to a substantial increase in public sector compensation totaling $200 billion between the 2021 to 22 and the 2024 to 25 fiscal years.
Yes, I like the update because salaries are going up. So that is good news for the public sector employees. And the next phase suggests that there's progress. That there's
more to come. I mean, well, we've been for a long time in terms of covering this issue, talking about the need for a review of compensation, the structure, how public sector workers are compensated for their work, how not only what they are paid, but how they're held accountable, all of the 1,000,001 different exemptions and things. So in terms of bringing it together, you know, because a lot of people were like, we're never going to do it. Some people used to say, we're never going to achieve it. We're never going to get there. And so to see it happen in the phases that it's up. So the first phase happened, and it was a difficult first phase. A lot of people were upset and felt that, you know, they could have gotten more of this or so forth and so on. So those negotiations had to happen. And so now moving into the second phase, I am interested to see how we navigate that. I would hope that we have good communication between the Ministry of Finance and the various negotiating groups, bargaining groups, etc. We're each going to do our own juice and ask the lovely T to the K to decide which of our juices will be named Sunrise Juice of the Month. Good morning, TK. She's standing by in the wings.
Well, Dennis, I see two blenders over there. So
we have a baby bullet and we have a Asta.
All right, Dennis, the deeper voice. The deeper voice get the bigger blender.
No, because you have to understand, my friend. This is now the deeper voice.
This is the deeper voice.
All right, we can go even lower. I don't think. How about we use rock, paper, scissors? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Boom!
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so we have our ingredients. We all have the same ingredients to use.
Yes.
And so we're gonna.
Ite, this is cucumber, this is like mango and spinach.
All right, so we can get in. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go hard on the mangoes.
I'm not forgetting cucumber because I know that produces some juices. And
We're gonna
share
this.
Then it's done the June plum.
We're not done the June plum.
You cannot have a June juice
without June plum.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, all right. We don't have any oranges, so I'm gonna go with some TK come panam panam. She no want no tea panam panam. Only the juice panam panam. With it up panam panam. Hey.
Okay. All right, so let me see. Juice number 1. It's coming from Dennis. It's giving fruit. It's giving tropical. It's giving refreshing. All right. Let me see what's happening over here now.
This is green juice. Green juice.
It's giving greenness. It's giving healthy.
The key that you said almond.
It's giving Anyway, let's go. Let's taste it.
All right. Hold on. So this one is called the TKO.
So it's there.
Yeah.
Miller just lobbed a message. Jones is using some technical.
Let me not yet.
Hold on a second, TK. Before you taste mine, just gotta let you know that this one was made for you.
There's no extra points. There's no extra points here. It's the juice only.
So that only make my one for. That only make my one for. Wow.
At MSW Events, we believe that every love story deserves a grand celebration, and so we invite you to be a part of this unforgettable experience. Whether you're saying I do for the first time or renewing your vows, MSW Events knows how to turn your special day into a truly unforgettable experience.
Hi, I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tami.
And we are the Mitchells. You can watch Meet the Mitchells right here on CVMTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes, you guys don't want to miss it. We will be having new episodes every week, so definitely follow along with our family.
Meet the Mitchell family.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You're the sugar to my tea. Meet the Mitchell family.
But this is why we're here, because we're talking about something very important.
Yes.
And this is the part of investment which is not really sexy. It's not really the nice part of investment because it requires a little bit more research and information gathering that sometimes investors don't really like to take note of. But when you do complete your portfolio, which is what we have been going through over the last few weeks, it's not end all, be all right there. Yes. You must now follow up. You must now check what's happening to see how can these things impact your portfolio. So once you invest, there is what is called a risk. And risk in the financial term is really any chance that the outcome of your investment will differ from what you are expecting. So you are expecting to get 10%. Can it go to 9? Can it go to 5? So anything that can impact that return is really a risk when it comes on to financial terms, right? So there's a major risk that we call the market risk, which is broken down, and there's several other risks. But for this morning's class only, we're looking at 2 types of risks or 2 types of impact coming out of market risks that will impact your portfolio. 1 is the political impact, and 2 is the environmental impact on your portfolio. So these are things that can impact the entire economy. Once the economy is impacted, it can impact the companies that you invest in. And once a company is impacted, it will impact your portfolio because more likely you are investing in different companies. All right? We're good and clear on that. So under the political impact, let's look at a few things. So some person will say, I'm not in politics, we can't bother with politics. But the reality is politics will impact your money.
Absolutely.
Let's look at some examples. Number 1, so any laws really that impacts profitability of a company or its customers will impact you.
Yes.
So, for example, I can recall when there was a ban on foam. Plastic and foam and all of that, and people are like, oh, it's here nor there.
Impacted with Cinco.
It impacted with Cinco, which is a major manufacturer at that time of these products. Then the company will have to pivot, because if this is one of their main income line and they're not able to get income from that, it will impact their profitability. If it impacts their profitability, it will impact you, the shareholder, because bear in mind, if they pay dividend, that means you will be impacted because the profit will not be as much. So that means your dividend will not be as much.
So commercial activities has been proven historically to have a direct correlation between what students pay to the university and what the campus also spends. So I would have read past reports from even our Vice Chancellor, Sir Hilary Beckles, and it shows that with increased commercialized activities, we see where students pay less to the university and the campus spends less overall. Because of course, as you made mention, IT, with increased commercialized activities, these entities would have to pay a certain percentage to the campus for being there. Of course, the university space is very lucrative and there's a lot of business opportunities there. So it's a prosperous move for companies to go on campus. And this is actually in light with our principal, Professor Williams. He also has intentions to have a more commercialized UE Mona. So yeah, that's definitely a way forward.
What I really want to look forward is in terms of the economic cost of university education. It has always been high. The government has contributed X and the student contributes Y. You are being asked to contribute more. In going towards a solution, are you saying maybe the government should contribute more? Are you saying that the university should contribute, should raise more money is in terms of the commercialization argument? I want to know, how is it that the students, if it is that everybody must pay some more of making up that deficit, I mean, what are the students going to do going forward?
You mentioned the government, and if persons can remember my candidacy as president, one of the highlights I think was calling on the government to pay more. So the government is moving from an 80-20 model where the government would have provided 80% of students' tuition, students would find 20%. Of course, because of the economic state of our country, we know that over time that would not have been sustainable, understandably so.
Okay, so the creative industry is known as the orange economy. So when I've coined the term juice that orange, what I wanted is for us to actually look at how we can monetize the work that is produced by creative entrepreneurs throughout the Caribbean. So we're going to actually juice the creative sector to make it more economically viable for us in the Caribbean.
Fascinating, because as people who operate in the creative space, we often see people leave a lot of money on the table. And they don't quantify properly the value of their work. They don't structure. They're not good with contracts. They're not good with scheduling. Tell us what, from a legal perspective, some of the things that traditionally we've not done well.
Okay, first of all, the main problem is that many creatives don't view their creative entrepreneurship as a business. They think about it as just a hustle. So I'm going to be doing this because I'm good at it, and if I make some money, great. But when you put it in a business structure, when you actually incorporate a company, when you actually have that structure, you trademark, you ensure that you have your copyright, you license, you use it as a means of economic benefit, then that changes the whole perspective. It moves from a hustle mentality to an actual business that is viable and long-term.
As I hear you speak, I think about the balance sheet of a business in the orange economy, and an intangible asset is sometimes even more than the physical assets, and oftentimes creatives don't think about that. But I'm interested to find out why the move to Grenada, though, to expand or to advance your own ideas.
That's an interesting one. Because when I finished law school, I was trying to find a permanent job in Jamaica, and it was proving difficult for me. So I just decided to expand my search throughout the Caribbean.
We are in Hague Heights in Trelawney, and we're looking for Cheyenne. She's a baker, but I'm interested in finding out more about the journey that this Jamaican, has started. But more importantly, is really for the cookie. We do have to eat the cookie them, the free cookie them. We are here for that. So you bake cookie, catch the beat, and make some friend the cookie. You're like,
Absolutely.
You want a cookie? You get a cookie.
You want a
You get a cookie.
Never in my life did I actually think I would be in my corner office today, baking for a living, getting to do what I love to do.
Nice. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Oh my gosh.
This is good. It's really good.
Well, from as early as perhaps a few years after the last act was passed, I believe in 2000, there were calls for reformation to the legislation. And I believe after 23 years of the legislation being in place, nuances and things, mischiefs would come up that would have to be remedied. One such very important one which the act deals with is pre-charge bail,
Yes.
which are circumstances where persons are detained but not charged with offense. So that's essentially one of the big ticket items that legislation deals with.
Let me ask this. A question came in, and I'm going to read it down. My name is Derek. I'm writing a paper on how the new Bail Act will affect the flow of persons through the judicial system. Please help me understand what are the main changes and how it benefits us as citizens of Jamaica.
Well, I like to say that the legislation has something for everyone. So it has now dealt with bail in 3 phases. The first phase is circumstances where a person has been detained by the police, arrested and detained, but has not yet been charged for an offense. The second one, which we all know about, is circumstances where a person has been charged. And then the third one, which a lot of people don't know about, but probably do know, is circumstances where a person has been convicted of the offense. However, bail is still available to them in circumstances where, up to the point of their sentence, conviction and sentence, they were previously on bail, and in circumstances where they're now seeking to appeal the sentence.
The reality is Jamaica has hosted our secretariat since the 1980s. So we have a long and very close relationship in terms of the types of programs, the types of projects, the types of activities. It's a convention that covers 28 countries within the entire wider Caribbean region. Jamaica is one of the parties, so therefore has committed to take action on a number of environmental issues, both on land and as a small island developing state with the oceans as well. And therefore, we have over the years developed a number of activities to support prevention of pollution, protection of coral reefs, establishment of marine protected areas, and these are ongoing by the Secretariat.
We see so many new technologies used to clean up coastlines. I've even seen some being employed in Jamaica. Of course, we have the typical beach cleanup types of things. Are we getting better at cleaning up and even preventing? Are we getting any better at it?
It's a slow struggle. When you think about it, over the last 30 years, we've seen over 80% in the degradation of our coral reefs. We've seen increased production of plastics, illegal disposal of solid waste. We see sewage still accounting for as much as 70% untreated going into the Caribbean Sea. We are getting good at cleanups, but I say we have to get better at prevention. We have to engage our communities, we have to engage our private sector, we have to engage everyone now to address this, because cleaning up is not the solution. we really need to
engage.
Yes.
I'm happy that you speak about engagement, because I'm here thinking, what can individuals do? What are the key actions they can take, to protect
beyond moral suasion.
It's an extremely important question, because sometimes on environment you kind of think, that have nothing to do with me.
Right.
That doesn't affect the fact that I need to send my kids to school, that I need to have food on the table.
Yes.
But in reality, we can't survive if our environment is not kept in a way that will sustain us.
As me tell them that I sing reggae from before, them a laugh for me and things. So I say, alright then, me I sing something I don't want to hear. Them don't want to hear certain alright, for me kind of analyze my thing in a different way. Me sing things where people don't want to hear, but them want to hear and afraid to say it. Same with Mad Out. Enough time I say, I feel like I'm mad out, But you never expect to hear mad out in one song. People say I'm foolishness, but it's a vibe for me.
It's a vibe.
It's a stress reliever for a lot of people. People that do gym work, them play it and all of them things. Them just try to put my thing. Yeah, bro. Creativity a dancehall. Everybody bring them own thing and them own way in a dancehall. Yeah, bro. Me just try to think out of the box and try to be myself. I just want to be myself.
Yeah. So when you said dunce, you never directly mean say I tell nobody say a dunce bat are the way to go. It's more of a slang.
No, say, I'm there in the studio to be honest. Yeah. And like a energy, but just there in there and the man say, you dunce in that. Well, energy just come out. It's not like something I want to walk around and can it work. I'm saying it says I work for me, so every minute me dey on dunce. Yeah. If Leon kick with him right foot and him see him try with him left foot and it a work, he might continue to use him left foot. And don't know him have the right foot.
Yeah. People jump onto things and blow it out of proportion.
That's good.
Yeah.
For art, for music, for we.
Yeah, it works. Can you use the controversy and spin it?
Sometimes what they do already would even need to do nothing to hold them carry it out of proportion.
Yeah, real talk.
Well, for me,
avoid it.
You know, good, avoid it. Because, for example, even the last interview me do, people take so much thing out of proportion. And it was just like, bro, just watch the interview, fam, and you'll understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm about.
Yeah.
People just see a 15 seconds up, man, just start it. A lot of so him stay, so him go on with it.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm a professional. I have to be a professional athlete.
Yeah.
So you see, I can't do certain things. I can't say.
Copa America 2024 is coming to you this summer, right here on CVMTV. That's right, you get pitchside access from the comfort of your home so you can catch all the live action. Tune in and watch as Brazil, Argentina, Jamaica, USA, and more battle for Copa supremacy. Tournament kicks off on June 20 and runs through to July 14. Cheer on the boys and see the goals and drama of Copa America happen live on CVMTV.
With a chance. Jamaica! Draw first blood. Damari Gray scores! Mikel Antonio, and it's a goal! And the Reggae Boys take the lead. And Jamaica puts this one on ice.
Thanks for staying with us. Time flies when good things are happening, but you know what time it now is. It's time for final thoughts with Professor Celine and Chris and I. What final thoughts, Chris?
We need to change the narrative. We need to change how we communicate. I really think this type of conversation is more important than all these technical terms which persons are not getting and not understanding what it means to them. So we need to really communicate a lot more simply that all is not lost.
Yeah.
You know, Environment Days and World Ocean Day is an opportunity to remember, just feel the environment around you, feel the beach around you, feel how important that is to you. Forget everything else. And then why do you need to preserve this as part of who Jamaica is, as part of who we are as small islands? We at UNEP are committed to waving the flag, continuing to remind everyone, hey, don't forget World Environment Day Wednesday, World Oceans Day is on Saturday. But more importantly, we have to see why that is so valuable for us
in terms of our future and our lives today.
Awesome, Chris. Thanks, Prof.
I think, Professor, the most important thing you said is to communicate it simply. When I think about world conservation or the marine economy, I think about a few very limited things. And that's because, you know, the name really doesn't explain all of what it is. And so simplicity is really the key to us understanding more. And every time I talk about the marine environment, I learn something new. I'm learning now about microplastic. And so thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, for me, I guess we'll call this a shameless plug, but I am really, really, really grateful to CVM for giving prominent space to conversations like these. And just remember that the big events for this week are on Wednesday, which is actually World Environment Day. And I will, like today I wore blue economy, talking about the oceans. Watch me in full green on Wednesday. Interpret nothing more than the fact that it's about the earth when you see me on Wednesday. That's a wrap for the round table today. Please enjoy the rest of your Monday and the rest of your week. Sunrisers, go forward into the world and remember, be good, be on purpose, and don't leave your water bottles in your cars and then go back to drink from them. We'll explain more of that in subsequent broadcasts.